are, and I hope that you guys have been having a great Saturday, a great weekend, whether you worked, whether you slept all day, whether you worked out, doesn't matter because I did all the above. So we're gonna wait just for a couple more people, maybe. This was kind of a last minute decision to just kind of invite you guys to just come hang out if you're not doing anything. I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Also, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your siblings, tell your girlfriend, your boyfriend, everybody, because it will help the channel. So, this is The Lost Lion. Welcome back to the channel again. So, just waiting for a couple more people. We're just going to talk about anything. So, if you have questions, you have questions. If you don't, that's fine. I'll just be rambling and rambling until you guys do have questions, or we just kind of call it a day. So, it's been an interesting 2026. It's been very fun so far. I've just been buckling down on my diet and just working a lot. Also, trying to afford these trips somehow, right? So we want to keep traveling for the next foreseeable future, just years in advance, hopefully. So 2026 is a big year on cruising. Cruising is a big thing for us this year. We booked a lot of stuff like a while ago, so we got a bunch of good deals. We're going on some new ships, some older ships, and we're just excited. We're just excited. So again, guys, I'm just gonna wait for a few more people while I recap on what is going on here. It is Saturday night. I remember, there's this whole trend and on Instagram and Facebook. Everybody's posting, things back in 2016, which was 10 years ago. And the funny thing is that, uh, so I remember in 2016, 10 years ago, that I would always want to go party. I want to go party every weekend, go party, go out, go do something. And now I would have never thought that in 2026, I was going to have a very small YouTube channel where I travel and show you guys what I do. And then also just call this a beautiful weekend where I just chill. I just stay here, don't party, don't drink, just relax, enjoy my time because for me at least, Monday to Friday is very hectic. It's full of work and gym and eating, trying to eat right, right? So um, I think I never would have thought, but I'm here. I'm here. I don't party as much anymore. I don't remember the last time I partied. But guys, if you want to say hi in the chat. I will be glad to type it in right here on my laptop. I have it next to me. So I have my whole setup here. Obviously, this is a headquarters, right? I have my beautiful map here that I love so much. And then I have my little trinkets over here that I bought during my travels. I still have a lot of stuff to add. I actually don't have as much as I should, but I need to figure that out somehow. And anyways, I'm getting off topic. So let's get into just talking about the new year, right? So the new year, I was in Japan. I did a live the 2 days before the new year. I did a live in Tokyo, Japan. That was fun. I love that some Japanese people actually just joined the live on the other one 2 weeks ago. So I do have my live videos saved. So if you want to go to my YouTube later and check out all of my lives before, I'm going to do it more often. I think every other weekend is what I'm going to do for these lives. Just to interact with you guys and just keep up to date with travels and what you want to talk about so you can see, what I'm about here. What's up, Chewy? I see that he wrote what it do. Anyways, let me see if this works. There. Yeah, so I said hey in the chat. Yep, that's me. So again, yeah, I'm just here, just joining you guys for the night. Since I have nothing going on, I've been doing a lot of YouTube work recently. All day today really was a lot of YouTube, gym, eating, sleeping. Pretty boring when I'm here, but when I'm on my travels, I travel because here we work hard, but we travel harder. So that's what I live by. That's what I've been saying for years. Actually, 2026 marks 10 years where my traveling really took off. So before 2016, I only been to Mexico and Canada. That's it. And then as far as Hawaii. So that was the furthest I've ever been. But now, ever since 2016, I took my first international trip, like by myself. Well, it was with my cousin, So I had a cousin that was like, hey, I'm going to Portugal. Do you want to go? And I'm like, yeah, of course. How long are you going? And he's like, 10 days. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'll go, but let's add a couple days of Spain in there. So we went to Barcelona. So that was my first time really getting to travel. Like, actually, not by myself. I was going to say that, but with my cousin, without family, without friends. It was just my cousin. And we had a great, great time. And that really opened my eyes and my mind to look at this place. Like, I'd never, like, I thought it was so far away. I thought Portugal from here is so far away from the States. So I was like, it was amazing to me. So ever since then, I have the love to travel. I've been wanting to go to so many places. And, um, and so ever since then, I guess I had 3 countries under my belt. And now I'm up to 59 or 60, one of those two. I have to count them with my handy dandy map here. But there's an app for that. It's also called BEN. So BIN. So BEN. Um, no, BEEN. Yeah. So like I've been to these places. BEEN. Download the app. You can actually put the countries in there, and it'll count it for you. So territories, countries, regions. It'll count all that for you. All and then like if when I fill that up, I think I've only explored like 13% of the world. So with only 59 countries under my belt. So it's crazy to know that I have a lot more to go. But I don't really have a certain goal of hitting like 100 countries or something crazy like this. But I just want to, yeah, it's like a tracker kind of. Yeah, it's, well, you kind of put the country you're going to, and then it'll count it for you. And then it adjusts like different numerical like percentages of like how much of Africa you know, how much of Asia you know, how many countries you've been to in total. It's a pretty cool app. So it's BEEN. So um, I have it. I just haven't updated it in a while. So, anyways, I thought that was interesting. And oh, just as a notice, you guys can always go back and watch this live. Just tell everyone that you can always go back and watch it. You don't have to watch in real time, but we're here, guys. We're here. We're doing this. So anyways, yeah, I was in Japan in New Year's. I came back around January 6th, and then just started busting my butt with work and and just my diet and just trying to get myself, because like I'm not gonna lie, I gained weight on these trips, so it's a whole roller coaster. I go on a cruise. The cruise, I mean, I can gain 10 pounds, easy on a. It's I've done the math and it translates to 1 pound per day. That's how bad I eat. So I know I need to be better. But I love the food, so that's my problem there. I don't know how to fix that. But yeah, so imagine on a 13-day cruise that I took in August, back in August, I gained about 10 pounds. I think a little more. I think almost 13. So that was pretty bad, but hey, I love it. But on my land travels, I gained but maybe 2 or 3 pounds. I mean, like on this last one, and I'm comfortable with talking about this, but I gained maybe 3 pounds, but I ate like crazy. But guess the difference here though is that on a cruise you don't walk so much, but on a Asian trip or European trip, you know, with no cruising, you walk 20,000 steps a day. So kind of negates all that. And then I did less drinking on this trip, not for intention or anything, but just because I didn't have the opportunity to drink as much. So it was fine. It was fine. We had a lot of good breakfast, a lot of good meals. This Asia trip I just did was amazing, and I can't wait for the videos to come out, which are coming out in, I think in February 1st. Around February 1st, the videos for Asia, my Asia trip will come out. So we're going to start with Singapore and then head over to Malaysia and then Japan. I mean, sorry, China and then Japan. So I can't wait for that series to start in early February. I think about February 1st, because videos do come out Monday and Thursday. So don't forget, they do come out Monday and Thursdays. But yeah, I know I'm just rambling off, but if you have any questions, leave them below. I'll be happy to answer anything travel or anything else. Doesn't really matter. If you guys are wondering, the last couple of lives I've done without Boom. Now, this one right now that we're doing here is without her because she is in New York City taking a travel contract over there. So I don't know, maybe next weekend I'll go to New York or maybe the weekend after. But I have a very tight window of when I can go. So we're going to see how things go and go from there. But she is in New York. She can't join me. She's actually working right now because she is night shift. She doesn't like day shift. So that's what she does for a living, if you guys have ever wondered. Again, if you watch this now or watch this later, you can always ask questions, put them in the comments, and I will always get back to you because I like answering comments. So again, it's been a crazy 2 weeks for me so far here in the States. It's just a lot of work and boring stuff, really. So what do we have this year? We are taking 5 cruises this year. Now, if you guys want a list of that, let me know in the comments as well. Um, but we are taking 5 cruises, and that's a lot. I think that's like one every other month, if you can imagine. And then we have little land trips in between. I get to know a couple more countries this year, so I'll easily hit 60 in total. I'm very excited for that. Um, and again, thanks for joining me, guys. I know there's not that many of you, but I'm just here to just have a great time, hang out, and we'll see how long the live goes. No intentions of like 30 minutes or an hour. It could be longer, shorter, whatever we feel like, because it is 7 p.m. 7-Eleven. Yeah, 7-Eleven, which I miss in Japan. Wish I could go back to that 7-Eleven for the convenience store to get my onigiri. Onigiri is the best snack in my opinion, like my all-time favorite onigiri. It's a rice ball with any kind of meat in the middle. So when you buy it, you don't see the meat. It'll say it obviously on the package, but my favorite is tuna. Tuna is so good, so good, and it's only like $1.50, maybe. So it'll fit you up. I mean, 2 for me are good. I can eat 3, then I start getting full with 4. So just however I feel like. So yeah, you can tell I love traveling because that's all I talk about. Kind of awkward, but yeah. No, we don't have to talk about that. We can talk about anything else, or we can continue to talk about travel. So, anyone traveling soon? Anyone? Let me know your plans. Let me know what countries you're going to. Let me know any cruises. Again, I'd love to know. Love to know if you have any plans. It'd be interesting to hear. Did you use points? Did you use credit cards? Did you use any kind of offers that I'm not thinking of? Trip to Russia 2027. Pull up. Well, I could go to Russia with my Mexican passport because I am dual citizen. Again, any questions are fine, but I am dual citizen and I hope it stays that way. With everything going on, I'm hearing things about people taking away the dual citizenship. You have to choose one or the other, but I don't want to get political here. Um, yeah, I think with my Mexican passport, I can go to Russia, maybe even with the American one, but maybe there's like a lot of restrictions and I don't want to put red flags. So I'll go with Mexican passport and be just fine. I think that would be the move. But Russia's beautiful. I've been there. I went for the World Cup 2018, which is crazy to think to me that that was already 8 years ago. So the next World Cup, well, yeah, actually talking about World Cups, they're gonna be here now. So I never thought in I can't remember thinking back in 2018 in Russia, knowing that in 2026 the US World Cup would be here. I mean, the World Cup would be here in the US. So I remember hearing about Qatar in 2022, but when I was in Russia, I do not remember thinking that the World Cup would be here. So from here, where I am from, Dallas, Fort Worth, there will be a total of 9 games here. And sadly, I don't have any tickets. I didn't really try this time, just for personal reasons, but I've heard things is expensive. It's going to be unsafe. It's gonna be like whatever. Like there's not the hype for it like I used to hear for Russia and Qatar. This World Cup I think is gonna be much different. I mean, it's gonna be spread around Canada, US, and Mexico, so it's gonna be way spread out. I think travel in the summer of 26 is gonna be completely insane. So no matter where you go, you're gonna be prepared for delays, cancellations. Don't forget the weather. What if the weather's crazy and then you need to go from this city to that city? Yeah, I don't know, guys. Especially my European friends out there. If you got a visa, to come to America, and then there could be a mix up with kind of different countries or different games you go to, but I hope everything does plan out fine. I mean, I love the World Cup. I love it. I'm gonna try to go to one game. I maybe with the minimal effort. If something pops up right in front of me, I'll take it. I'll go to the World Cup. And the AT&T Stadium here in Dallas is like 35 minutes from me, so it's not too bad. I can drive up there, go to a game, or be dropped off and then go to the game and enjoy that. But I'll be lucky to go to one game, I think. So I don't have too many aspirations to go to the games here. I just feel like the culture was better in, let's say, for example, I never been to the one in Brazil, which was in 2014, but I heard great things about it. And then the Russia one, that was so cool because you're young, you can drink all day basically, and then you're in Russia. That's a crazy country to go to. Um, but the Russian one really had the World Cup vibe that I really enjoyed it. And then the Qatar one was restricted in some ways, but overall, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Qatar World Cup, so that was crazy to go to the Middle East for that. And then I just feel like it's too easy to get around Canada and Mexico, so we'll see. I mean, we'll see how things go. Do you guys have tickets to the World Cup? I'd like to know. If you do, that'd be pretty cool to know. And what city are you going to? How much was your ticket? Because I did register on the first round to, for the lottery to get a ticket, but I wasn't lucky. So I didn't have the opportunity to buy a ticket, um, unfortunately. But hey, that's how things work. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. So what else do we have to offer here? Oh yeah, so the day before, so off topic, right? So in Japan, for New Year's, so December 31st, I was hanging out at one of the temples, and I checked my YouTube, and then all of a sudden it said 1,700 subscribers, and I was like, okay, yes, I met my goal of 1,700 subscribers. Especially thanks to Boom's sister who helped me get to that final number right there on the very last few hours of the year. At least I hit my goal. So I was so happy. 1,700 subscribers by the end of the year. It happened. So I'm happy now, and we're growing still, very slow, but still growing. Um, because I think right now this series on my YouTube is the one where my nephew is with me on one of the cruises. So the Disney Destiny series is going pretty strong. I see some good feedback. A lot of people commenting that they want to go on the ship and they're going later this year. So that's fun to see. It's always really cool to interact with you guys. And a lot of you I don't know, right? But when you leave a comment, it does mean a lot, when especially being a nice comment or something saying like that you helped me in my travels or this or that. It's been so fun to read comments that I can just feel happy for the rest of the day for people leaving the nicest comments. And I had one person the other day just say that they're going to go on the Destiny in the summer, so in 2026, during the summer. And I was like, that is so cool. And so that tells me that people look up videos and then they look at me and then they see that I'm on the Destiny and then they learn about it. So it makes me very happy to hear that people do watch, people do comment. I know a lot of people, more than not, I think, don't leave a like or a comment or subscribe. So make sure that you do that. Don't forget to do that. It would really mean the world to me because we're trying to grow this into something. I want people to be inspired to travel in any form. It doesn't have to be cruising, it doesn't have to be any other kind of way. It can be just land travel. I want to do it all. I want to inspire and I want to educate with points, with credit cards, with tips and tricks and things to help you out. And we're trying to do that, guys. So we're trying to build it up, trying to see where things go. And of course, it's my personal life a little bit in the YouTube channel. So it's kind of all the above, mostly travel and then like personal things and then fun things and then other stuff. So it's always cool to show you guys. I've put my face out here since 2022, I think is when I started this channel. Yeah, 2022. So It's been a journey. It's been a crazy journey. So it's gonna be, so it's about 3.5 years now, going on 4. So definitely have learned a lot. There's been a lot of downs and a lot of ups too. Don't get me wrong. There's been a lot of good times and also a lot of slow times or not so much, good times. But hey, it is what it is. Life is a roller coaster, and it's fun to show it to you guys. Everything really. I try not to cut out as much. I try to show the bloopers or the things that I don't say correctly. It's always fun to make fun of myself. I cringe all the time when I see myself on camera. It's very cringy, very 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 cringy. But um, at least I enjoy it. I don't get sick and tired of this, and it's really fun to just put it out there, just see where it goes. Because YouTube can take us to the moon, or it can not. But that's okay. We're here to just have a good time. So let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, that's pretty much what I was talking about there. And then 2026 is going to be a big year for a lot of us. For the world, you have the World Cup. That's going to be a big event. Hopefully that does work out in the good graces of the World Cup. I want it to be successful, obviously, because it's here, it's in our backyard. It's great. So Dallas is one of the biggest cities to host it. And then let's see, Universal Kids Frisco. I know that's another thing that is pretty big here in the DFW area here in Dallas, Texas. So Universal Kids Frisco, might go to it, might not, but it's gonna be for kids. So I don't have a kid. I have my nephew that's as close as a kid that I can get to. But we'll see if we go to Universal Park. I don't know. Maybe there might be a cool bar that I can go check out or something. Anyways, my friend Chewy said, some good ways to find cheap flights. Tried Google Flights. Any others? Try Skyscanner. Just, if you just want to look for cheap flights, try Skyscanner, Google Flights, and there's another one that I can't think of. Right now. Cheap flights, because everything we book with points. So we kind of, if you want to, you can try going on AlaskaAirlines.com. And because Alaska Airlines is partnered with a ton of other airlines, they will not only show you Alaska Airlines flights, but they will show you American and others and others and others. So there's a ton of airlines there. So maybe you can try AlaskaAirlines.com, and then you can either look in points or in money. So that's not bad because it does show a lot of availability. That's kind of how we start our research on flights. But otherwise, no. I mean, I don't think like Expedia would be a good idea. I don't know. Maybe they're a little more expensive. Who knows? Otherwise, directly with the airline, maybe. It just depends domestically or internationally, where you gotta go. So internationally, obviously, there's gonna be other avenues that you want to look at, but domestically, Google Flights is probably your most accurate. But be careful with the bags, because bags are not included in those prices. So you have to consider the bags, and that could be, I don't know, that could be $100 each way for all I know. But yeah, Google Flights, but with the caveat, yeah, just add money because of bags. So I don't have too many good pointers on looking for the cheapest flight per se. But like for example, if you want to go to Vegas from Dallas, um, you can always look into Spirit, Frontier, and then American Airlines. I know is a more expensive option because it's more sure to go to Vegas. But if you get a Spirit airline flight for like $100 to go to DFW, is it really gonna leave? Because I've had most of those, like those get like delayed so bad or canceled. I've been there and done that. There was a time where probably as early as 5 years ago, or probably 4 years ago, we were still flying with Spirit or Frontier around the country, and there was a lot of times where it did not take off. They just got delayed or canceled completely, and that for whatever small reason, that's what would happen. And I was like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. And thankfully, we discovered points, so now we don't have to fly with them. So we use a lot of Southwest now. Oh, Southwest Airlines is another good one from Dallas. Southwest Airlines does have a lot of international flights too. I know they go to Mexico. No, no, wait, do they go to Mexico? I forgot where Southwest Airlines goes to, but they do go to a lot of the Caribbean. They do fly a lot of places. I forgot what the map looks like, but they're always adding new routes. And so Love Field is specifically for Dallas. So there's only a select few airports that have Love Field, or I mean, sorry, Southwest Airlines. So check on Southwest Airlines too from Dallas. But yeah, I was saying we're not going to that many theme parks this year. I don't think so. I think we're gonna hit more cruises and just enjoy ourselves. I do have a very tiny cruise next month. So in about a month, I have a 3-day cruise that's gonna be fun out of Miami. So looking forward to that. What else, guys? Yeah, a lot of things in the traveling news, but there's a lot of cruise ships coming out this year too. There's like, for example, I'm a geek when it comes to cruising. So we have the Legend of the Seas, Disney Adventure, MSC World Asia, and Norwegian Luna. Just for example, that's just 4 cruises that I said there that are coming out this year. So I think we're gonna try to hit one of them, maybe. But I'm excited for all the cruises I have. They're gonna be spread out all through the year. I have one next month, and then my last one of the year is in Thanksgiving of this year. So it'll be fun to cruise because it's fun. I think we're going through a lot of countries, so it's going to be more on this side of the planet, not really in Asia or anything like that. But it's going to be fun, guys. I hope you like my cruising videos too. They do get a lot of traction. I do have a lot of people that like my cruising videos. Um, it's very fun. I mean, cruising, if you give it a chance, just give it one shot. I promise you, you will probably most likely love it. It's addicting because then you're gonna want to go on this ship and that ship, and you want to do this thing and that thing. Cruising, although has gotten a little more expensive over the last year or two, because everybody's so addicted to it. I mean, I read a thing that 2026. I read an article just not a few days ago, but that 2026 is going to be the busiest year for cruising. So I think it's upwards of 35 plus million people cruising this year. I think some wild number. And I was like, you know, I am part of that because I'm addicted to it. And they're trying to cater to the younger crowd, probably like in their 40s, 30s, and 20s, especially. They're trying to make it affordable in some way, but also they're trying to be, just, yeah, catering to the younger crowd because the younger people do like, um, they do like cruising. It's a fun thing to do. It's very safe. Now you don't get as cultured, because you just stop at the destination for like 6 to 10 hours, but you get a taste of the country. It's fun. It's very convenient. You just show up, you eat, you have a good time. You can drink. Drinking is expensive on cruises. I'm not gonna lie, but when it's every once in a while, I think it's great to have fun. So yeah, guys, that's a lot of things going on in 26, and I think 27 for me will be a huge year. I'm going to be traveling a lot in 27 already. I have some of that planned out, but we're trying to form the trip that we want to do. I really want to go back to Asia. It really opened my eyes. This last trip really opened my eyes to um, traveling more of Asia because it makes so much more sense to. It's affordable, it's beautiful. Weather's good for the most part. It's very safe, these countries I've been to, but I have a lot to get to know. So I need to go back to Asia in general. I mean, I love Korea, I love Japan, I love China. China really surprised me this last time. So I need to go back there and maybe get a visa because I want to stay longer, or go in with my Mexican passport and stay even longer. I don't know. So it's been a heck of a last couple years with these points and this traveling and all this and all that. And I am so thankful for the position that I am in. I mean, I love it, and thankful that boom, my wife knows how to manage the points and the credit cards and all this and all that. She is so organized. I look at those Excel sheets and I just turn the other way because I'm like, it's so hard to understand. But I am doing better with that. So I am kind of reviewing and studying everything that she has. So that way I can understand it, because I need to really understand it to explain it to you guys. I eventually, like eventually, my long-term plan is to make a course of some kind, a free course where it has like 5 classes, and I show you guys how to accumulate points faster and how to collect them and all that good stuff. It's addicting to get to know, because then you have access to lounges and these, and just with credit cards and spending your daily spend on it. So it's not that hard, but I am getting a little overwhelmed with the variety of credit cards and points and all this good stuff to know for traveling. So anyway, what was I talking about? Do you guys have questions? How are you guys doing on this Saturday? Are you guys doing good? Give me a thumbs up there on the chat or on the YouTube. Just tell everyone, tell your folks that I'm here, ready to travel. That my videos are coming in and out every Monday and Thursday. We have something super fun for you guys to see. It's really more of entertainment and a little bit of education, so that you guys can also, yeah, just hop on a ship or hop on a trip, just to get to know the world. I want to inspire, like I said earlier. I do want to inspire. I want to educate. I want people to be open-minded to visit these really cool countries. And I love it all. I love it. I love getting the comments. I love you guys watching everything. Thank you so much for supporting. Even with a quick like or just a hi or something, it means the world to me and to Boom too. Believe it or not, she loves it. She says like she's camera shy and this and that, but nah, she likes it in the end. She's pretty good on camera. I think Boom is better on camera than I am. That's just my thoughts. I don't know what you guys think, but she has definitely the more character, the more high-pitched voice, more charisma than I do. I'm kind of flat. I'm just like, hey, you guys doing? That's it. But I'm just a little more flat. But I'm trying to be better with just being more excited about things and showing more emotion, I guess. That's just something I need to work on. But that's what we're here for, guys. My eyes are so tired. Gosh, I don't know why. But what else do we have? Yeah, just a couple things, I guess, before we wrap it up on this beautiful Saturday night. So, if you want to learn about anything points and credit cards without anybody telling you, you just want to read about it, go to the Daily Drop. If you go to dailydrop.com, that's where I learn most of my info about all of these hotels, credit cards, points, travel. I've I've seen cruise deals on there. Sorry. The Daily Drop. So it's dailydrop.com. You can learn about a lot of travel stuff, and it really does help. It's every morning at 5 a.m. or really early in the morning. They release a new news article with some pointers and some information and what's happening in the travel world. So Daily Drop is a really good tool that I use. So I'm gonna put a link. Once I get off the chat, I'll put a link of Daily Drop, so you guys can also read into it. I have my friend Chewy said we might need some tips on how to pack, and if y'all recommend any brands of luggage. Yeah, so I think, okay, we're gonna start making a video about packing, and then brands of luggage. Yeah, we can separate it into like really expensive ones and then affordable ones and then like cheap ones. Um, we're not the biggest into the luggage brands because personally, we feel like the luggages are mistreated a lot when you kind of like drop it off at the airport. So you do need a sturdy one. Don't get a cheap one, but don't get an expensive one either. I've seen luggages for like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but we'll go for like the mid tier. We want something sturdy, and we want something that's gonna support what you put in it. So, you know, we don't want to spend that much in luggage because luggage can get pretty expensive. So anyways, you said maybe some stories of issues during y'all's trips. If we want to talk about issues with luggage, just know that the cheaper airlines do really check the size and the weight of like your hand luggage, your carry-on. So if you go for a cheaper airline, make sure and be careful because they're going to check every like little tiny detail about your luggage. I've had some moments in Europe when I thought I had a hand luggage, or like a little carry-on, and then they have this little thing where you fit your carry-on in this box to measure it, and if it doesn't fit, they're gonna charge you. So be careful. You have to check with the airline the exact size. It's just a quick Google search. You can be like, what size luggage can I have for, Aeromexico or American Airlines? Anything. And like nowadays, Google is so easy because it has an AI feature. So it'll tell you like the dimensions and the weight. So there's no reason to be charged, but like in Europe, those really cheap airlines like Ryanair or something like that, they check everything and they want to charge, they look to charge you like extra for your hand luggage. And I hate that. So just make sure. But if you book a more expensive airline, you'll be fine. They don't care about, um, I mean, they still care, but they don't check as much as cheaper airlines do. So we've had another quick story. I guess we went to Turkey in 2023. And then when we were coming back from Turkey all the way to Dallas, we thought we checked our luggage in, our big luggage, right? So everything was fine. We arrived in Spain for a layover, just a few hours. And what happened was we had some air tags on them. And we were like, why are the bags not in Spain with us? And we were thinking, I don't know, maybe the phone hasn't updated the air tags, but it happened to be that our bags were still in Turkey. Now we were in Spain and we're about to go over to Dallas. So we were like pretty upset. They couldn't find it. They had trouble just locating the bags. We had to fly to Dallas without them. And then eventually, 2 weeks later, we finally, because we were keeping up with like emails and calls and all that, where's our bags, why aren't they here? But we were also tracking our bags, so it did make it eventually to Spain, and then after that it made it eventually to DFW. And so that took 2 weeks to get it back. So somebody pulled up to my house, knocked on the door, and then I was like, oh, that might be our bags, and it was. So somebody actually had like a van full of bags, and I was missing two bags, and we got our stuff. Thankfully, nothing was stolen because it was locked up. So you need a key to open it. Thankfully, nothing was stolen because I hear a lot of stories about people stealing stuff out of the bag. And so, yeah, that's another tip. Lock your bag with, it's got to be a code. If you're going to buy luggage, make sure you buy it where you can lock it with like a pin code, or where you kind of spin it, or a key or something. Because if you don't, your bag could get lost, and then that's a good opportunity for people to steal stuff. Because that happens more often than not. If something happens to your bag, is delayed or something, or if it's just sitting in the airport for hours and hours for your layover, I feel like people, and I've had friends that have gotten stolen stuff out of their bag, and people will steal. It's such a, I don't know, I think it's so pathetic that people steal stuff out of your bag. It's such a, like, you packed your stuff the way it is, but the problem is if you don't lock it, people will open it and steal something. So just don't put any valuables in there. Try to bring it on your carry-on, very small carry-on, or your backpack. Don't put anything valuable in your big bag. Again, I've had, not to me personally, because I always lock it with something, but make sure you don't put any valuables in there because it can go wrong for you and you don't want that. So yeah, that's a couple stories there about our bags. Yeah, just make sure your sizes are right and make sure you buy locks. So sometimes the bags do come with locks on them already. You just got to put a code, and you're going to be the only one to know the code, so they can't open it then, right? Preferably, if you're going to buy luggage too, I just thought of this, right? This is something I'm just thinking of. If you're going to buy luggage, no matter the size, try to not buy the zipper, if you know what I mean. Don't buy the zipper. Buy the one where you close it and then it has the lock that kind of goes like this, and then you push the lock and it clicks. Okay, don't buy the zipper one, because with the zipper, what can happen is you can lock it and everything's fine. But the problem with the zipper is that you can get a pen. What these guys do when they steal something, they put a pen through the zipper. So let's say this is a zipper, right? So they put a pen and then it opens the bag so easy. And then you can just close it right up. But even though your bag is locked, technically. So the zipper is an easy way for thieves to go in there and just grab anything real quick and then just kind of close it back up. So yeah, try to do it with the ones that lock, like the clicking lock ones that, no zipper is what I'm saying. Okay. So that's about it. I think my eyes have had it. I think we've had a good time on this chat. I think I've talked a little too much. Let me drink some water right quick. Virgin. I'm gotta go back on Virgin. Anyways. Let's see what else, guys. I mean, that's about it. I mean, we have so much travels in 2026. I'm always here for you guys to ask me questions. Also, Leonidas19 on Instagram. I've been posting every single day for the past like week and a half. So if you guys can support me there, Leonidas19 is where I put like up-to-date travel stuff like in the moment. My YouTube is always delayed like a month or a few weeks or a couple months. But if you want to see what I'm doing like right now, you can go to my Instagram. I try to put some fun, interesting, educational stuff there too about travel. So yeah, give it a follow, give it a like, everything, all the good stuff. So I think we're gonna end it there, guys. It's been wonderful. I love chatting it up. So I will be back in about a couple weeks if everything goes as planned. I think I will see you guys. That'll be in February, right? Let me check. I guess a couple weeks from now is January 31st. So I might be on the YouTubes again somewhere at the end of January or beginning of February. So that way we can just chat it up and see what's up. So love you guys. Thanks for liking, subscribing. Don't forget to tell everyone to do the same so you can help the Lost Lion here. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone in the YouTube world. We're going to call it a day and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.